Today is October 7th, 2025, and I want to express my grief over all the lives lost on this date 2 years ago and every day thereafter in Israel and in Palestine. It just so happens that in my Shakespeare class last week and this, we've been studying The Merchant of Venice. And one of the biggest questions about that Shakespeare play is whether the play itself is anti-Semitic or whether it expresses in order to expose and condemn anti-Semitism. And scholars, actors, directors, commentators, and reviewers are divided on this question. The Washington Post at one point ran an article condemning the play and saying that it should not be performed for another 150 years at least, because whether or not its trajectory is anti-Semitic or condemns anti-Semitism, yet the words that are in it are horrifically anti-Jewish, and we shouldn't have to listen to those. Now, I think that Shakespeare plays Shylock for laughs because that's the stereotype that was acceptable in his time and because he could get that past the censors, but that there's a shift, and the point is to portray a Jewish character with sympathy as fully human, and therefore the play itself is not anti-Semitic. But in any case, these discussions have reminded me of how careful we have to be to use terminology correctly, especially loaded words like anti-Semitism. And this term is being misused frequently today. It's being used to condemn legitimate criticism of the Israeli government and its actions, or it's being used to condemn anti-Zionist sentiments. And it does not mean that. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, anti-Semitism is prejudice, discrimination, or hostility to people or towards people who speak Semitic languages, including, significantly, Arabs. The misuse of the term anti-Semitism today reminds me of the hesitance some people have to use the word genocide towards the systematic large-scale murders that are going on in Gaza. But genocide is the deliberate, systematic killing of a group with an intent to destroy, and that is exactly what is going on. So please use the right words in the right ways, but this is an instance when actions are even more important than words. Do whatever you can to influence people in power to stop the killing.